Hi there, this is Philip Cope checking in for the final chapter of Java programming. So this week I've got several different problems to show you. Just a heads up, I did decide to use the J option pane as much as possible. As I was looking forward in the book, it seemed like that was going to become more and more commonplace. So I wanted to make sure that I had a real quick review before I moved on into more advanced Java programming. So without much further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you the 3 problems for Java Chapter 8. Okay, so the first program that I'm going to show you is the count or word count program. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the code and give you a chance to look at this. This is one that I decided not to use the J option pane with. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a look at the code. So you can see here that I set up my scanner, that I've got all my fields declared here. I've got my class ready to go. I do have the word count, and I've input a string to kind of work with that. I did go the string tokenizer route, and decided to use that as my method for figuring out the amount of words in my sentence or the user input. So I will go ahead and show that the program does indeed work. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. Alright, so it's going to ask me to enter a string. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and it's going to tell me there are 5 words in my string. I could have gone, I guess, a little bit more in depth and added in an actual sentence where it outputs, the total number plus the word count. But for all intents and purposes, the program does indeed work. So we're going to go ahead and move forward to the password verification program. So as I said, I did decide to use a J option pane for this and kind of work with it. So up top, I've got the public static void method ready to go. This is where you can input all of your information. I do have a decision structure. If the password's valid, it's going to show that, yes, we've created a valid password. If it is not, then it's going to say that it's invalid and tell us to try again. Down here, it's going to use a Boolean method to test our password that we decided to put in. It's going to count up the number of uppercase. It's going to count the number of lowercase. It's going to look and see if we've got a digit. And if all those are not true, it's going to declare that the password is not a good password and basically spit out that it is invalid. I also decided to give the user the choice to basically go up to as many words as many letters as they wanted to. But the cutoff point is, of course, 6 because that was the number required by the book. So I'm going to demonstrate that the program does run. Okay, so our password is going to be an extraordinarily easy password, password 1. And of course, you can see it says that we've created a new password. Just to demonstrate that it does kick out the other answer if you don't include the correct amount of information, we're going to use a really easy password, and it's going to tell us that that's invalid. Please try again. Alright, and moving on to the final project for this week, where we had to come up with the sum of a number of numbers put into our program, cheerfully entitled Sum of a Gun. So you can see here that I did decide to use the J option pane with this as well. I also used the string tokenizer. I decided that I wanted my users to separate with a comma and a space, and also inform them to do that down here as well. No specific reason for that other than I thought that that seemed a little bit cleaner in terms of the interface. It seems like I've left in an extra parentheses there. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this program, make sure that it does indeed run. And I do believe that'll finish us up for today. Oops, excuse me. All right, go ahead and save. So we're just going to do some even numbers here. Okay, so theoretically this should tell us that the sum is 30. 2 plus 8 is 10, 4 plus 6 is 10, plus another 10, that's 30. The sum of our entered numbers is 30. So I hope that you have enjoyed watching me as I went through the process of working with Java. This week I did, like I said, want to work as much with JOption pane as possible, just to kind of brush up on that skill. It's been an absolute pleasure being in class, and I look forward to learning more advanced things about Java. I've really enjoyed learning the language, even though there have been times throughout the semester where I've struggled just a tad. I hope that you've enjoyed watching me as I've struggled my way through. And as I said, thank you so much, and I guess that'll be it. Hope that you have an excellent winter break. Thanks.